What's going on, fellas? It's your boy John, coming back at you again with another video. Just did a workout, so my energy is pretty much non-existent at this point, but I feel good, so that's all that matters. Let me just burp. There we go. So, should you start with a 5x5 program? Okay, essentially what the 5x5 program is the strong lifts, Reg Park, sort of approach to strength building. Okay, where you take basic exercises, you've got the big five or the big six, and you set an arbitrary rep scheme, a rep and set scheme, which is 5x5, and you have a linear progression. So you say to yourself, every week I'm going to add 10 pounds or 5 pounds or whatever, right? And I'm going to do this for every single lift I do. But let's just keep it to the deadlift, the bench, and the squat. Okay, but we could also add in the row. We can add in pull-ups. We can add in the bicep curl. The overhead press. We can do it for all of those as well. So should you start with a 5x5? And I just watched a video by Steve Shaw, who's a guy who's been doing this for 24 years. So if you want real, old man, good knowledge, go and check out his channel, because he's going to do a much better job of explaining this stuff than I will. But what I will say is, as a newbie, as someone who has done the 5x5 program for around 6 months, it's great to start strength building. Okay, that's what I will agree with. I will say that it's great for starting strength. It's great to get stronger on the big main lifts. But there is a point where you're going to have to stop doing it. Okay, there's going to be a point where you're like, okay, I can't keep progressing like this because it's just not going to work. So what you're going to have to do is start working below your 1 rep max. Essentially what the strong lifts program is doing is you're working on your 1 rep max every single time you're in the gym when you're doing your 5x5. And that's great stuff to build a good foundation of strength, but it's going to taper out at some point. And if you don't know any better, you could end up getting frustrated and pissed off at your lack of gains, okay? Because there will be a point where you cannot simply do a 5x5 program when you've reached a certain level of strength. You just won't be able to continue doing it. And that's what happened with me. I reached a massive plateau in all of my lifts pretty fucking quickly, actually. Around maybe 3 or 4 months into the program, I reached a massive plateau where I simply wasn't progressing on my military press. I wasn't progressing on my bench. My squat was non-existent. The only thing that was progressing was my deadlift. And I reckon I could have taken that to at least 120 kilograms if I kept on going, but I took it to around 90. So what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say it's great to start a good foundation of strength building. But what I will say is, after a certain point, if your goal is muscle building, okay, it's not just strength, then you're going to end up changing it up. Okay, you're just going to do it spontaneously like I did. One day I decided that after I'd done 3 hard sets on the military press, I'm going to take some weight off and I'm going to do 8 reps for 3 sets. And I did that and my shoulders burned. And I did this program. I didn't know back then this is technically drop sets, but I was doing this program and I did this for around 2 months and my delts blew up. My delts massively grew. I did this for the bench as well, so I did 2 or 3 hard working sets for around 6, maybe 7 reps where I reached my fatigue limit, and I took some weight off and I just took it to around 12 or 13 reps with a weight that's just a little bit lighter. So I was just maxing out every different sort of muscle fiber I could get my hands on. The endurance ones, the hypertrophy ones, the strength ones, the power ones. I was just trying to max them all out. I think I even did a few reps with a very, very heavy weight for around 3 or 4 reps. So that's the power aspect done right. So without sounding more complicated, the 5x5 program is great to start strength, but it's not something that's going to keep you going forever. And everyone gets hyped about the 5x5 because the original progenitor of the 5x5 is Reg Park, who I love, by the way. I'm modeling my body after his, just like Arnold did. But remember, Reg Park was a Mr. Universe competitor, and his 5x5 program is designed for beginners, and it's designed for people who want to get into the gym and get as strong as possible quickly. That's what the 5x5 is meant to do. But there is an expiry date for the 5x5. There's going to come a point where you cannot progress anymore on the 5x5 because it's going to be impossible to just keep adding weight. You're going to stall, and you're going to start doing power training every week, and you're going to burn out. You're going to lose all your energy and motivation. So a bit like what I've done, I've got a power day or strength day, depending on how I feel. Then I've got a hypertrophy day, and I've got 2 hypertrophy days. So essentially, what that is, it's a heavy day, then it's a moderate heavy day, and then it's a lighter moderate day. That's how I've structured my program. The lighter stuff is usually done with the dumbbells, usually, and then the heavier stuff is done with the barbell, because you can just stack more weight on it and you can handle more. So anyway, that's my take on the 5x5. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was useful, and for you guys who are getting in the gym, or you're working on your home workouts with dumbbells or whatever, then keep going, man. It's great. It's a great thing. The lockdown's actually pretty fucking fun, because I get to work out whenever I want, however I want, with whatever weight I want, because I've got enough now. But anyway, that's going to be it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it was useful, and I will see you in the next one. Take it easy.